For the past few years, the middle schoolers have enjoyed experiential trips for grades 6, 7, and 8, and our students and staff would certainly agree there's no substitute for in-depth first-hand learning in the field.
Sixth grade went to Boston, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. Every second, something new happened.
My favorite part of the trip was the Library of Congress.
I enjoyed going to the modern newsroom.
I thought the Mother Church was really amazing, how big it was, and the architecture and stained glass windows. It was all just really beautiful.
They told us about the quotes and what made it different from other churches. And then I guess it made it seem less just like a building, more meaningful. I liked seeing the original Declaration of Independence.
Seeing the room where the Declaration of Independence was signed, that was really fun.
In class at school, we learned a lot about the battles and the events, but on the trip we learned a lot about the people.
We all grew as a class and grew together spiritually, and that was cool.
New York is incredible.
New York is busy.
New York is
Amazing.
New York is beautiful.
The 7th grade went to New York City, and we watched 3 Broadway shows, and we saw a lot of the sights, like the Empire State Building.
Statue of Liberty, Top of the Rock, everywhere.
We went to stage combat and acting classes, and we got to talk with some people from Broadway that were in the shows.
I liked the tours, the bus and harbor tour that we went on. I learned a lot of new stuff that I hadn't learned or known.
Our museum was walking around New York and looking at all the sites. It was awesome because we got to really bond with other people.
Hope the people who get to go on it next year have as good of an experience as we did.
8th grade went to Costa Rica. We ziplined and whitewater rafted and learned a lot about Christian Science and had a lot of fun. The trip was focused on experiential learning and not just sitting in a classroom, but getting out and talking to real Costa Ricans and learning their language as we went.
The trip was also really focused on nature, and we had a quote that was kind of the theme of our trip, which was, "All nature teaches God's love to man," and we really got to experience that.
We got to go up into the cloud forest and see a bunch of different ecosystems throughout Costa Rica and see a bunch of awesome birds.
We got to see a local family's farm and how it works and the kind of stuff that they grow and the animals that they have. And we got to go to a pineapple plantation and see how they grow pineapples.
We also got to visit a school of Costa Rican kids. We gave them school supplies and we played soccer with them and watched them dance.
One of the big things that I learned from the trip is that you don't need a lot of money to be happy, that you can be happy with a tiny little farm in the middle of nowhere.
Every time we do one of these trips, and specifically this most recent trip, they get better every year, and you really start to appreciate what an experiential education can do.